Hello guys, welcome to Svoboda Slova podcast, and my name is Bradley. I'd like to say before we start, Happy Spring! And you can see that I don't need this bloody warm fur coat, warm jacket. So I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna be in a green spring t-shirt. Bye bye winter! In this Svoboda Slova Grammar Insight video, we're gonna talk about prefixes. What are the prefixes? Okay. Prefixes are those couple of letters which we add to the verb, an adjective or a noun or an adverb, just any word in front. And we get, for example, words like correct, incorrect, appropriate, inappropriate. Right. And we are gonna talk about two prefixes, an and in. And with a smile on my face, I'm gonna bring you bad news. The bad news is that there is no actually a rule which can help us to understand which of those prefixes to choose, an or in. But there are a couple of tips. So, the tip number one is that prefix an is used for the words which come from Old English origin. Okay? Old English. Whereas those words with the prefix in derive from Latin or Greek language. If you're a linguist, you can understand that. Or if you know, for example, Spanish or French or maybe Greek, that's not going to be difficult for you. Okay, and the tip number two is we use prefix an with the adjectives in the form of participles. I mean those adjectives which come from the verbs. For example, the verb to educate. The participle is educated. So we can add the prefix an, uneducated, which is the opposite of educated. The same with expect. Expected, unexpected. Write. Participle is the third form of a verb. Written. With the adjective, with the prefix an, it's going to be unwritten. While the adjectives with the prefix in are a little less numerous. That's the tips. And now let's look at those prefixes and some more details. And let's start with the prefix an. We'll look at the prefix an in the meaning of not, in the meaning of opposite, negative side. And as I said, it is widely used for the adjectives, nouns, and adverbs. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Adjectives. Clear, the opposite, unclear. Fair, unfair. Happy, unhappy. Real, unreal. The same, we can use it for the nouns. For example, truth, untruth. Alright. Employment, unemployment. Rest, unrest. And sometimes we can use it for some verbs which will mean the reverse action. You know? Reverse. Okay. To do, to undo. To dress, to undress. To fasten, to unfasten. To lock, to unlock. To pack, to unpack. To plug, to unplug. And now let's move on to the prefix in the meaning of not. And as I said, it is widely used as well, but for the words which come from the Greek language or Latin. Let's look at some examples. Accurate, inaccurate. Correct, incorrect, complete, incomplete, human, inhuman, tolerant, intolerant. But there is a little trick with the prefix in, that it can be changed. And the prefix in changes into ill if the word starts with L. Let's look at these examples. Legal, illegal. Logical, illogical. Legible, illegible. It also changes into im if the word starts with M-O-P. Mature, immature. Moral, immoral. And with P. Perfect, imperfect. Patient, impatient. And the third mask of this prefix is ear. And you might have already realized that if the word starts with the letter R, it changes into ear. Relevant, irrelevant. Regular, irregular. Reasonable, irreasonable. That's it. Is it difficult? No. And I'd like to finish this podcast with some good news. In many cases, instead of using the prefix in or on, you can basically use not. For example, this answer is incorrect, or this answer is not correct. His question was impolite, or his question was not polite. This work is unnecessary. This work is not necessary. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure that you have already joined our Facebook page. And for more information, go to our website at www.lingua-svoboda.eu. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. That was Bradley.